I like those two colours together, the brown and the blue.
I do too.
They're very nice.
They're nice,
hello
aren't
you.
they? Oh, hello you.
Oh, hello you, and hello you at home. Why are we so posh today?
Because we are, darling.
Oh, we are, darling. It's great to have your company, it really is. Another fabulous hour lined up with Leonie. What are we taking a look at today,
Well,
Leonie?
you know our Nick, previously from Barnsley and then from Bulgaria.
Yes, double Bs.
All the Bs.
I like that.
That's our Nick. Yeah, he launched, I don't know how long ago it were now, Nick. I am rubbish at facts and magic. I don't even know how long I've been here.
If you're watching, email in and let us know.
He will be watching.
Yes,
There is
he will.
no doubt he'll be watching. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick. You're
I
right.
know he'll be watching. Yeah, I was really proud of him. He launched his range. It doesn't feel that long ago because I remember he
No, I
came
don't think
over.
it was, you know.
It wasn't because he came over to the UK and I remember he brought over like his stuff and I remember sitting in pub looking at all the stuff and going, oh my word, this is so exciting.
Aww.
So it doesn't feel that long ago at all. But yeah, he's brought out so many collections as well. He's been absolutely amazing. I love them because they're really quirky. They've got a really cool retro vibe going on.
Yeah, they have. When I came in the studio,
fab.
when I came in the studio today and I saw the collection, I saw you working with it, and I was just like, wow,
yeah,
amazing.
They are super cool.
And then we've got so many samples to show you, great demonstrations as well.
The thing is as well, Nick's got an amazing design team. A few of them, you know, I know personally, brilliant, really talented, and Nick, of course, is very talented himself. Yeah. We have got new todays. We've got some you might have seen before, but you might have missed the shows.
Yeah, sure.
So do shop ahead because we've got some big bundles.
Yeah, have a look at the website. Let's start, though, with the individual ones we've got for you. 781723. This is your retro leaves. I love this one. And your trees. I think this is fabulous. You get 24 stamps in this set.
You do. Let me just get some paper.
And as a
I've not
Freedom
been
member,
organised.
you get a discount. So it's worth becoming a Freedom member. Not only is it a delivered price, but you get a discounted price if you're a Freedom member. If not, £18.99, but again, for 24 stamps. Love these.
Look, I really like these. So you've got your clear stamps. These will match with the dies that it's got. They're not the same size, they're different size,
yes,
but styling, they will go absolutely perfect. I love these because you've got good open spaces. You've got detail stamps. I like the script as well because you can create your own backgrounds. I love these. It's florals. They could be leaves, they could be flowers. Sorry, they could be trees, they could be flowers. It's up to you, but I really like them. I like that you've got an open and then you've got a solid as well. You can build up your own flowers if you want to. You know, build up your own leaves. Really, really nice designs.
They're quite Art Deco, those two particular ones as well, which I love about the design of these.
Yeah, I think so. But it goes again.
Yes.
You know, the whole collection goes. Now, I must admit, I've obviously just played with my gel plates with these. Of course I have, because these go with my gel plates so well. And of course, I've used my art journals because that's what I do. Obviously, you know, if you create that, you stick it on a card if you do cards.
Yeah, of
it
course.
is up to what your end piece is that you're aiming for. But what I've done here, I've actually put the leaves after I've done my gel plate, and I'll show you these other bits that have come up because that's the other stamp that we've got coming up. So stamping over.
I was just thinking, Leonie, sorry, you know when we all get ideas, if you turn those the other way, they could be baubles at Christmas. Just saying, you know, just saying, a really nice retro vibe to that.
Yeah, absolutely they could. Yeah, that'd really work actually. Yeah, I really like the leaves. You've got here, and then that's that beautiful. It could be the tree, it could be a flower, whatever you want it to be. But for me, I was just using this as a literal pattern. You know, I just wanted it to be the floor actually.
And if you like what's here, then just hold your horses because we've got something coming up for you.
Oh, we like those.
Yes.
And then with this one again, one of my backgrounds, and then over stamping, colouring in, but then over stamping again.
I like that.
Because sometimes when you colour in, obviously you start going over the lines, but if you over stamp, because it's a clear stamp, when you go back over again, it kind of crisps those lines out. So it's a really nice way of not worrying too much if you go over your lines. And using the leaves are fab. I did like the swirlies, but the leaves are fab, and you can just create so many background designs just with that set.
You certainly can. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, I think it's working out to be 79 pence per stamp, which is excellent value for money. If you are a Freedom member, though, you do get that discount, and it works out to be 71 pence per stamp.
Good grief.
Superb value for money. Now, if you're not checking out your basket just yet because you're thinking, what else have we got available for you, then that's a good thing because we've got some lovely items.
Yes.
And if your basket comes to £60 or more, then you can open a flexi buy. But we do have something coming up in a moment's time that is on flexi buy that you might just want to keep your basket open, because then everything will become a flexi buy. What have we got here?
Now we've got the alphabet. So you will notice on Nick's packaging the beautiful, you know, the beautiful font that he uses. So what he's done is created the lovely alphabet. You get in the, and these are your dies, of course. So you get in the uppercase, you get in the lowercase there, and it's a really nice set, and your numbers, of course.
Yeah.
What I've been doing with this one, you can keep them as a full.
Yes.
So if you want to, because you can see they'll come as a full die, you can keep it like that.
Yes.
I've actually started separating mine. I'll probably have to regret that, but because
you'll be looking for a P for ages.
Yeah, I will. And oh, I hope I don't lose me yours. So what you've got there, I've actually lined up the love, because you can cut, that's the waist.
Right.
You get me drift?
Yes, I do.
So if you actually separate them, you can layer them up, you can cut into your card, and then actually use the waist of it.
That's great. Would you use something like washi tape to line them up
Yes,
when you put them through? You see, I'm learning. I'm
Boom.
learning. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
exactly what I did. And it's really nice because it's a nice font. So then you're using the cutty out bits and you're using the bits that you've actually cut from. Obviously, the other bits are on the show as well.
It's a lovely design to that font.
Isn't
And
it
if you
cool?
do want to get hold of it, 62 dies, because you've got your numbers in there as well, £14.49.
I've used the small keys there, the little funker, which I
that's
really
good.
like. And I have actually used it quite a lot. I've used it on that one as well, where I just spell out enjoy. Enjoy!
Leonie's language.
Where I just spelled out Yorgie.
Yeah, yoji. I like that. That could be the new joy. Leonie and a yoji. I like it. It's very good.
It's a
Well, you've got your own
practice.
language. I like it.
It's a practice of chilling out.
Yes.
Yorgie.
Yoji. Like it. It's a new thing here at Hochanda. Yoji. Right. I hope you are enjoying the show. I hope you are having a bit of yoji time. We've got more for you, though. It's exciting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is a wonderful stamp set. Now, I must admit, the retro banner, the die that Nick did, has sold out so many times.
Yes.
It's been ridiculous. So he has done a stamp set. Now, it isn't sized the same, so you're not going to stamp inside the retro banner. This you can use alongside, you can use instead of. You've also got your
Other way.
that way.
That's it. Yeah. Otherwise, it would say
so
mum
funny.
instead of wow, which mums are wow.
Mom, wow. Oh yeah, I can see what you mean now. And you've got your words on there, you've got your alphabet as well. So you can see you've got your grumpy, you've got lovely, special, you've got your numbers, and of course you've got wonderful birthdays. So you can use them for your card making. I didn't, because I don't do cards. I do art journals. So that's what I've used mine for. But again, you can do loads with it. This one I've literally just stamped. So you've got that fabulous stamp, whereas this one, I've mixed it up. I've used the actual retro die and the stamp.
Okay.
So you can, that one, that's your dice, that's slightly bigger. But this one, if you're just creating it as a pattern, I wanted to just use it as a pattern.
Yeah.
So just using it as a pattern, that allows you to obviously get
that
different
perspective,
sizes
yeah.
in there.
I like that.
And I've used a scrap to block out this side of it, so it gives it a different, you know, just so it's a little bit different at that side.
Yeah, 10 images on that A5 rubber stamp, 444633, only £16.99. Now, something to complement that, of course, is your retro die.
This is cool.
Yeah, this
now,
is.
this is sold out over and over again. It's one of those designs that's so simple but ridiculously effective.
Yes.
You can, of course, paper piece in this, and we've got some lovely samples from the team. This is our Nat, our lovely Natalie, and
Look
she's
at
done
that.
some amazing work. If you're loving this stamp, I love Nick's stamps.
Yes.
He's got some really cool stamps. We have got those on the show, so do check those out. I love this one that Nat's done.
That is brilliant. Yeah.
Ain't that cool?
I love the fact that it's on foam pads there, so it's coming out, but it's also really coming out at you.
It's so good, isn't it?
That is
and
great.
that's paper piecing back in again, which just looks so effective.
I need to tell you that 10% of the stock of this particular die has gone already. Oh, that's how's
That's cool, isn't it? That's by Katrina. Wonderful,
is
Katrina.
very good.
They're just amazing. This is lovely, Nicola. Hiya, Nicola.
Hi, Nicola.
Wonderful. If you like the stamps behind, we've got all those stamps behind. I love this one.
Now, look at that. Now, is that
Look at
using
that.
some of the designer papers we've got?
Yeah, I reckon
Yes.
our Nick probably did this. Let me just have a look inside. Did you do this, Nick? Oh, no, it's Jane. I do beg your pardon. Oh, no, it's a mixture of everybody. I'm going to shut up. I bet Nick made the box and then the girls that have all done the cards inside, because that's by Nicola. I love that one. Positive vibes. That's amazing, isn't it? Obviously, these are, I'm not going to show you all these because these are all the cards that are coming up later.
Yes.
But an amazing set. Yeah, it's a beautiful die, that. Love it.
Yeah, and we're busy for it. If you do want to get hold of it, then place it into your basket, £15 and 99. I'm just going to show this last sample. Look at that. Amazing. But we're busy.
I'm sorry. Nearly took your hand off.
That's all right. Well, it's not all right. Clearly, that would be terrible. But we've got.
That's all right.
But I've got to hand it to you. You're doing well.
Boom.
We are having such a busy show for everything that we've got so far, but we've got something very, very special coming up. Look at this. This is a whole
That's
complete
huge.
collection.
Huge. And this is mega. I really like these designs. It is so funky. Very obviously, it's a retro collection. I mean, it is huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge collection.
I don't have a favourite because it's all my favourite.
It's really,
it's
and
fabulous.
it works together so
yeah,
well.
It really does.
Can you see why I had to get the gel palette out though?
Yes.
I mean, all of these, they just so suit the gel palette. So what you're looking at the bottom, I better show you some of these as you're whipping past, because these are actually your masks.
Yes.
So of course the packaging does not denote the size.
I'm going to ask that question. It might be a silly question,
Mask
but
or
sometimes,
stencil?
yeah, I have to ask it about 5 times before it sinks into my head.
I forget. I don't know.
One takes away, one puts it in.
Well, the mask, you mask something over, so then you're thinking stencil, you put the image in.
Yes.
So these will be masks.
Perfect.
I think.
So when you remove it,
Yeah.
it will, yes.
I can't actually reach that without falling, knocking everything over,
That's
because you
right.
can't
I'll
see the
turn
size of the actual product.
I'll turn some
so
of these
these
around.
are all your mask stencils. And there's some wonderful designs. The ones that are in it difficult. It's so difficult. The ones at the end there, again, see, I couldn't do it. It's too high, you see.
Nick.
Maybe I should have just put this down.
Ben's come in to save us.
Ben's coming to
Go on,
save
Ben.
us. Dink, there you go.
I love Ben. Thanks, Ben.
Amazing. So the good size masks.
Yes, they are.
These are not small masks. And then you've got the stamps at the top. So with the stamps, now that isn't a big stamp. That's got all your different individual stamps. Again, these are absolutely splendid for pattern building. Love them. At the back there, can you see? I love these for pattern building.
They're amazing.
Aren't they?
I mean, if you look at the value of this, really, when you add up what you've got, it's almost
Well.
like, does it work out that you're getting your stencils essentially?
For free.
Because the saving is
yeah.
£17, so each duo is £9.99.
Wow.
So it's excellent value for money, and it's available on FlexiBuy. Remember, if you were putting the others into your basket and you're loving the look of this and you're thinking, well, I can't really afford it all today, we will turn it into a FlexiBuy for you, which divides the cost into 2.
You've got your dies as well.
Yeah.
Now, I really like these. See, you can trim that out. That can be a tree. The beautiful dies, really, really usable. I love the shape. Obviously, they're going to match your stamps, but they are bigger. They're bigger than the actual stamps on the show, but aren't they cool dies? So, and look at the size. See, that is not a small die.
No.
So really, you've got all them in this bundle as well.
Can I get that sample from the back? Do you mind? I'm just going to go over here
We have
and
got
pick this sample up for you.
so many samples.
And
It
bring
is
that in.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Sorry, Rebecca should try to take you.
It kind of was, wasn't it? But I didn't
you tried
mean
to
that.
take my head off. I mean, I don't think that's like for like. That's your friend.
Dear. Eye for an eye, you know what they say. Did you make this? Did you make this?
No, Nick made
Oh,
that.
Nick, this is
Of course he did. That's
fantastic.
amazing, isn't it?
And was this
I
using the
mean,
dies?
Yeah. So using dies, cutting out of, well, you can cut out of craft metal, you can cut out of aluminium to be shipped fair, or your drinks cans. But doesn't that look amazing?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love that. Nick, that is outstanding.
Yeah, it's stunning,
and something
isn't it?
like this, making and creating and giving to a friend.
Absolutely.
You know, special occasions, Christmas, or just putting up in your home yourself. You can choose your own colours.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. 917959, and you're getting that free A5 media stencil worth $9.99. What you got there?
I'm
going to take this back. Sorry.
Now the thing is, we are Nick. Obviously, it works with so many different things. Like, of course, your paint for your fabric. I love that. See, Nick is good because it's neat and tidy. If I'd done that, no way would it be neat and tidy.
Brilliant though, isn't it?
The paint ever, doesn't that look effective on a t-shirt? So use your stencils on t-shirts. You know, we'll just show a few from each pile because there's that many cards. Honestly, behind here there's that many finished samples, and you have got some seriously cool designs, and I'm going to pop them away so we show different ones every time. I love it because there's so many ways of layering, there's so many ways of colouring them in, so many different uses. Oh, the lips are mine. I love that one, love. And that's using the stencil again. Look at that. See, isn't it fabulous?
Oh, there's
Can we show some of the little leaves
so I can show some of these as well.
Yeah,
for the
because
next
they're
one.
the beautiful
Oh,
leaves.
these are gorgeous.
See, they're the leaves as well. So there's so
look
many.
at this one. Look
Isn't
at that one.
Cool?
Yeah, let me take those from you, Leonie.
Isn't that cool? And if we just duck down,
Yeah.
thank you, Janice. Isn't that just beautiful? I love that because look, that is literally, can you see? It's literally been inlaid in the actual wood. It's just amazing.
Look at that one.
Absolutely amazing.
I think,
Stunning, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely is. It's beautiful, and it can be yours as well if you pop it into your basket. And because it's available on Flexi Buy Well, it makes it affordable. Now, I do need to remind you of the retro banner die. We've been very busy for this. Oh my word. 50% of the stock has gone already of that, 50%. So we're having a busy show. Please do watch all of the great demonstrations from Leonie, but have an eye on that website if you've got it open so you can add items to your basket and check on out rather than missing out. We will, of course, update you if we are close to limited stock on anything, just so you can make that decision. 10% on the big bundle, that's already gone. 10% is already gone. Right, as promised at the start of the show and the title of the show, it's now time to let Leonie loose.
Why, thank you very much, my dear. I'm just going to, I must admit, I know that I've used the gel plate a lot, but it's my favourite. And the thing is, this range goes so well with the gel plate. So let's start building up. Now, my gel plate's not clean. It's actually quite mucky at the minute, but that isn't a big deal. We're still able, sorry, I got hair in my eye. We're still able to work on it. So we're going to go with the gel plate as is. So first of all, I'm going to be using the stamps. So I want to use these not for actually stamping mainly, but for creating texture, for creating layers. So our first aim is going to be creating some layers. If you've never used gel plate before, and I know a lot of you who watch my shows will definitely have seen me use the gel plate because I do use the gel plate a lot, but I have had requests, believe it or not, for people who've said, will you show us the gel plate from the beginning? Because it's one of those things that it can be a little bit like, oh my word, I have no idea what to do with it. First of all, I'm just loading up the paint. I'm using a little bit of yellow and a little bit of turquoise there. Now, when you're actually loading your gel plate, don't put too much paint on. If you put too much paint, then it just comes over the side, you waste a lot of paint and you won't get a really good print. I'm actually using, you see I've got some beautiful pearlescent papers. I thought I'd mix it up, use a bit of pearlescent paper for a change. So pop that on the side. So pop to a few dollops of paint there. I have got a dirty gel plate. Please never stress about cleaning your gel plate. It's not needed. See, I've gone too heavy there. Can you see I've got yellow paint down the side? So I have put too much paint on. But that's okay, we can get rid of that. It's not a big deal. When you're putting your paint on, obviously, don't overdo it. Can you see what I'm doing? Because what I've done is popped it on, but I've lifted it off as well. If you put too much paint on, it's really easy to lift it off, so never panic. Just never panic about gel plates. Cleaning your brayer, if you've got paper at the side, you'll be able to clean your brayer on your paper, which means you're going to get another print on there. I know I do that all the time, and I apologise if you've heard me 50 times tell you that. But for people who are new, they won't have heard me, so I have to repeat myself. Okay, so I'm going to ink this stamp up. Now, I'm inking it up just for interest. I like doing this because then you're getting different colours. Now that stamp is wow, 20% of the stock has gone. Is that the retro one as well? Wow, the retro banner, 20% of stock has gone. If you do want this, you do need to be checking out your baskets. Remember the fabulous die that we've got as well. Right, so all I'm doing is squidging this in. Now, I'm not re-inking it every time because I don't need to. What you can do, because you're picking up paint on that, so what you can actually do, the scrap piece of paper that you've got by your side, just squidge it down, and look, you're getting rid of the paint, but you're also obviously going to be putting another print on there, so it can look really interesting. I quite like this because that bit, that looks really interesting. So normally we go for this bit, don't we? We go for the, you know, more of that side. But actually on your gel plate, that side looks really, really interesting. So popping that down, and you can just place it wherever you want it. So you can you can overlay the image, which can look really cool. You can bend the stamp so you don't have to go in with the full stamp, which again looks really, really effective. Never panic about it drying, because your paint, you can pick up the paint even if it's dried on your gel plate. So I'm happy with that. Again, just going to squidge that down, and that's already created a really nice little pattern there, which I like. So pop that to one side. Now to clean your stamps, again, I apologise, you've seen me do this 50 million times as well, but spritz it with water, don't use your baby wipes, and get your cloth, and then you can just rub that over. Bob's your uncle. So that'll be absolutely fine. Got the paint off, superb. That banner stamp is ridiculously busy. If you want it, please, please, please check your baskets out. It is very, very busy. Okay, so I'm then going to take, just because I can, it's become a bit of a favourite. I love this stamp. So I'm going to take that stamp now. Now that is off the wonderful leaves with the trees, and it's got all sorts on there. I should use one of the, oh no, I'm just going to stick to this one. So what I'm doing, I'm putting some really nice bright pink paint on my tray, on my mat, my glass mat, and just going over. Again, cleaning my brayer on another piece of paper next to me. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want the actual stalk. All I want, or the trunk, all I want is that bit. So literally now, wow, this is busy. 10% of this has now gone. So anything you want, please check your baskets out. 10%, this is brand new from our Nick, and 10% of the stock has gone. I'm really chuffed. Nick will be really chuffed. Okay, just starting to layer that down. I'm not going for full images, just tiny prints is fine. Now, okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's see where we're at with this one. Again, to clean your stamp, I'm just going on that bit of paper, printing on that bit of paper, seeing what I get, and that'll be fine. So now let's have a little look-see. So when you're doing your print, you'll notice on this, part of that is still quite wet and part of this is quite dry. So if I took a print now, this bit would lift off really easily, whereas this bit maybe not so. What I would normally do is allow that to dry properly, because I'm going to lift it with a second generation paint. So I'm going to do that at home. Let it dry properly. I'm going to put my paint on, but I'm going to try and avoid that section. So it might not be a great print, but by the time I've actually put my paint on, it might have dried enough anyway. To be fair, with things like this, again, I know I keep saying don't panic, but it's all about the, you know, just experimenting, just seeing what you're going to get. So if I just take this now, that bit's still wet, so I'm starting putting the paint on. I'm going for a lighter paint that I'm just going to brayer over the top. Okay, I need a little bit more. So your lighter paint brayered over the top will help you lift the paint that's already on there. So that's what I'm doing this time. Okay, now I'm going to go over that quickly so I hopefully don't lift it. So you don't really want to do that, because you'll lift off that print. I'm telling you what not to do whilst doing it. But you could lift off that bottom print, or you could smudge it. So I'm putting my, now I never use pearlescent paper, but I thought, you know what, let's have a little change. Let's have pearlescent papers. So really sticking these 2 layers together. So you're aiming for that bottom layer and you're aiming for the wet paint that I've just put on. And look at that, it's lifted. Some of it's left, but look at that print. Is that not just so cool? I love it on pearlescent because you will get the pearlescent sheen still coming through. You've got a good print still left on there. There's no way we're leaving that. So what I will do is do a second print on that one. So if I put another layer of paint on, and let's see what we get, shall we? So again, just popping that over the top like so. Not putting enough paint. I'm being quite tight with my paint today. There we go. Okay, Margaret's asked what gel plate I'm using. I can't remember the name. It's the one that Clarity do. So it is on our website. If you look shop by brand for Clarity, and you'll find it. I think it's the jelly plate, but I do get mixed up, Margaret. Honestly, once I've thrown away the packaging, that's it. It's like I throw away part of my brain with the packaging, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's the one that our Barb does. Look at that print. See, I adore prints like that. I just think they are so cool. So much going on there. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's move that to one side. Let's get this one back in. So we've got so many, and I've still got paint on that brayer. When you're storing your brayer, always put your brayers facing up, otherwise it is likely to stick to your surfaces. The paint on there, it's paint, so what I'm going to do, rather than pick it up with my and there's not much paint left, I haven't got a lot of paint at all on there. Rather than pick it up with my my rice paper, just getting rid of it with my thingy, with my cloth. Okay, so happy with that. So let's start over stamping. Now remember, these stamps, absolutely beautiful. There's so much detail with these. So if I get my flower again, or the leaf, or the tree, however you want it to be. Decisions. I think I'm gonna go like this. Okay, so now it's up to you. I'm gonna just print on here. I'm not going to put it into, because of time today, faffing, I'm not going to put it into my actual art journal. I put these into art journals, but these work beautifully for cards. You know, don't just think you have to stick with, oops, a days, that's because I've been using it dirtily. Don't just think you have to use your journals. You don't, just because I do all the time. It is completely up to you what you use them for. So get your first print. And what I was saying about colouring in, if you then take, so let's see, what shall I colour in with today? Let's see if these pens are working. I must admit, we've been using my pens a bit heavily, and I'm picking it up with my ink. Right, now, I'm just colouring in. Now, I'm not being careful, okay? So just not really worrying about the lines. And this is one of my Jane Davenport pens. They are lovely, these. The main pens I use these days are my Jane Davenport and Posca's. But this is lovely. It's a paint pen, you see. Now, can you see? I'm not really worried about my lines. So it means I don't have to be too careful. Like this. So just go around. As so. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like this. Smashing. And then what you do is, now 20% of the stock of the stamps has gone. 20% of the stamps. Wow, okay. If you want to get hold of them, you know what to do. Please check your baskets out. Look, mate, it's a fabulous print if you haven't cleaned your stamp. And then ink it back up again. Now, if this is dry, you could then emboss it, which would look really cool. But I might be able to emboss it, because it might not stick on absolutely everything. Look, so I'm just hovering over and then restamp. So when you restamp, it really makes that image crisp. So it means you don't have to be too fussy, you know, on the colouring in, because sometimes the fussiness of colouring in can take us ages. I mean, it's fun, I love it, but it's a nice way of not being too fussy. Let me just get another piece of paper. Right, fingers crossed with embossing powder, yes, that it hasn't stuck to absolutely everything. Just get rid of that. Like so, and then we'll emboss that image. I like this because it'll be really rich. So you've got the colour behind, but then you'll have that really nice tree or flower. I see flower, but then you'll have that image just pop. Shall we play a game, Sandro? Shall we send out the prints that I make in the hour? Okay, we need a question then. It is up to you. So whoever answers Sandro's question, which he'll think of in a few moments' time, no pressure, whoever answers his question will send out the prints that I do. So I won't put them into my art journal, we'll send them out instead as a celebration of Nick's fabulous work. Right, so then I want to pop a few of the leaves. So what I'm going to do, I want to put a little bit of purple, sorry, and then a little bit of the black on there as well. So just get those two-tone, like so. It's a really nice design, is this. There we go. Yeah, let's do retro. Right, we want the most retro piece of clothing you own or that you have owned. But, I mean, this is retro now. So it might be something that you had in the 60s, first time round. Oh my gosh, if you've got a picture, that would be even better. But yeah, what have you got? I've got a pair of flares, and they are well cool. I adore them. I have to wear big heels with them, otherwise I just can't walk with them. But they're super cool. I love my flares. But yeah, if you've got something like that, so email him what's the most retro. Yeah, and if you've got a photo, we will be even more chuffed. Yeah, I like that. Right, retro clothing, email in. Have you got anything retro then, Sandra? Oh, you've got some of your granddad's old clothes. That's cute. Cool cardies. I like that. I like that. What about you, Andy? Oh, now that's a bit cool. Andy's got a 1960s Parker. That's cool. Ben? Any retro?
No.
Oh, Ben's not retro. Really? You're just so up to date, Ben.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I got something from about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, that's probably retro these days, isn't it? It's like, right, email in, studio@achanda.com. We want to know what the most retro thing is that you've got now or that you wore, but now we got, yeah, that's retro. Okay, I'm going to stop because I can feel myself playing. There's, oh, leather trousers back in the day, probably be very retro now. See, what I love about Nick's designs as well, it puts these little circles in. And there's, in one of the other sets, you've got little circles and squares, but these are ace, you know, just for pattern building. Look, I love this. Because look, you will start to just play. So just get your circles, start filling in like this. Now I'm going over the lines specifically, okay? Because then what I want to do that. Oh, maybe another one down there. Like there, okay. So doing that, and then to finish this off, I would use my word. Now, I would actually use my, oh, shall I use my thingy? Right, what I'll do, I'll cut my love out because I've got it ready. Okay, so what I've done with the dies, I've actually, and I've put them on here, ready. See, so I've got my LOVE, my love. So put that on. If you do want the dies, I mean, the dies are such a cool idea. I'm going to cut them out to this really nice bright green. So popping them on the tape, you can tell I've already used this one, which is quite fabulous. Who had a rah-rah skirt? Deirdre, I used to have a rah-rah skirt. Oh, they were interesting, weren't they? I love that one, Deirdre. Oh, patchwork waistcoat. Who were that? Jackie? Amazing. See, I love things like that now. Patchwork waistcoat from Jackie. I love that. Any photos yet? Oh, come on, ladies and gents. We want photos. Photos are retro. It's funny because, like, when you go to Glastonbury, like, the amount of stuff that you see that's, yeah, retro. It's when you see stuff that's retro that you had as a, you know, you had as a teenager and you think, oh my word, you said it now, am I retro? Sickening. Okay, so what you do is, it's going, taking that out, take this off. I just think this is so cool. And I might, you know what, I might actually keep the dies on this piece, and then I don't have to keep, you know, finding the dies. There we go. Oh, we're getting some real good ones, Mr. Sandro says. But I need to just get that out. What's that? Wow. Jane had a sticky out dress with paper nylon petticoat. Jane, I don't even know what that means. She used to wear it roller skating, Jane. That sounds amazing. That is so retro. Even roller skating. And I wonder if the roller skates were like the really, you know, because like my first roller skates were awful. It's wonder I didn't kill myself. They were just like these things that you strapped at the bottom of your shoes. They were horrible. They weren't cool roller skates. I never got the hints. I never got the skills to roller skate. I blame my tools. I'm sure if I'd have been, you know, if they'd have got me decent roller skates, I'd have been ace. Right, okay. So what I've done is, oh, there's something bugging my eye today. I do apologise. Right, so taking my love. Now the papers, the tapes actually rip my paper, but actually I'm not bothered about that. I kind of like it. See, my way of crafting, it means anything will go. So even if I rip something, it's like, yeah, that's okay, that's cool. Pop that on there as such, which I pop it on there as such. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere, stay there. And then the love, I'm just going to take the little circle, which I did put over here, and then instantly lost. No, I didn't. I put it there, so I wouldn't instantly lose it. Pop that back in. That looks good, doesn't it? And then, so this stands out, you see, we just cut that down. Linda says the most retro thing she has is her husband. She's had him 34 years. I love that. I love that. That's brilliant. Thank you, Linda. That one makes me giggle. He's retro. It's a little retro classic. Right, so we'll put our love there. We'll have smudge me ink. We'll cover that one, the smudge up. I'm nearly finished on this. You do get quite carried away. Yeah, are the clothes sounding amazing? You then take your pen. Okay, I love this because it is up to you what you do with this, whoever wins. We'll do one this hour and then we can do one in next hour later on this afternoon. So I won't cut them down. I'll let you decide what you do with them. But the pen, obviously it finishes it off. But where you've come out, look, that looks cold on it. So where you've come out of the edges, it spills out of the edge. Shall I hold that up to show? There you go. So you can see, I'm chuffed for that one. So I'm going to leave that as it is, and it's up to you what you do with it. Whoever wins, you are going to get that print as well, because I won't do anything with that one. Okay, so that is using the beautiful brand new stamps. It's using the retro banner stamps, and it's using the dies all in one. Our Janice is going to remind you of the gorgeous collections from our wonderful Nick. They are all on the website. If there's anything you want, please check those baskets out. We've got some great prices, phenomenal designs, and of course we have got those new todays as well, all from our wonderful Nick in Bulgaria. I will hand over to our Janice, who will take you down the counter and inspire you. Over to Janice.
Thanks, Leonie. Great demonstrations there and inspirations, and of course keep those suggestions coming in of all of those retro items that you have.
Retro clothing?
Believe it or not, this might shock a few people at home. I had a Mary Quant miniskirt in gold.
Wow, that's cool.
It was about that big.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That is mini.
It would be a headband now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
That's crazy.
I know. Anyway, don't get that image into your head. Oh, we've got a picture. Oh, let's show this picture quickly and then we'll move on. Oh, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Sorry, beg your pardon. Right, let's carry on with this then and we'll show you a picture in a moment's time. Everyone that does email in and sends in their suggestions is going to stand a chance of receiving the makes from the show today. Right, let's take a look at what we've got available because we are very, very busy across the whole board. 781-727, that's your item number. If you want to give us a call or head to the website, we are very, very busy for this stamp set. 30% of the stock has gone. I love this. Something for everyone. Brilliant designs in here. And also, you've got a mini script in there as well. Yeah, that's not telling us about the stamps. That's a script that you've got, so you can start to build and create your own backgrounds. I'm sure you'll agree that these images on here are absolutely fabulous. Very, very retro, very modern, very contemporary, but also with these particular, and I'm going to turn that way because they could become trees if you want them to be. Very Art Nouveau, very Macintosh inspired. Love those. I think it's a fabulous design. Got this sample to show you right here. Love this sample. As soon as I came into the studio, I thought that was fabulous. And of course, Leonie has put together some great makes with her journaling, but that of course could be a card. It also could be something that you could place on the wall, maybe as a tile piece of art. Love that. If you do want to get hold of it, very, very busy. Retro leaves and trees, 24 stamps in total. There is a Freedom price on that as well. It's a delivered price for Freedom members at £17.09. Now, something that's always, oh, it's a bit of a strange placement for the bar there, don't you think?
Nora.
I'm just going to...
Janice nearly did himself a damage.
Well, I'm just glad it's a little high, so we're fine. Right, let me show you some of the samples here that you're getting. Oh, sorry, not that you're getting, that you can create with that alphabet set. Now, you can run this as it is through your die cutting machines, but Leonie has actually snipped hers and cut into them, so she's got them separately and starting to create some wonderful, fabulous wording with that alphabet die. 493297 is your item number, 62 dies in total, because, let me just pick this up and turn this around for you, you've got your alphabet, you've got your uppercase, your lowercase, and you've also got your numbers as well. Love that. If you want to get hold of it, pop it into your basket, £14.49. We are approaching 20% of the stock gone. 20% of the stock gone. Right, moving on. We've got your retro banner. Love these. I think these are fabulous. This has been very, very popular. Let me just drop this in as well. I'll get this the right way. There you go. So you've got your grey rubber stamp. You can use this with your stamping platforms, put them on your blocks, add a backing to it. How much of the stock has gone, lovely Sandro? A third of the stock has gone. You've got your alphabet on there. Love these, really bringing out that dimension. And you've got fab and you've got wow in there. 444633, 10 images in total. That is your retro banner. I love that. 10 images in total. Well, I guess there's more than that because you've got your alphabet. Not sure what that means. Let me just work this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. We say 10 because on the strips it looks like an image. Okay, because you've got your words in there, so that's why we say 10. So it's not your alphabet on there, it's your words. So you've got your numbers, that's what I meant. You've got your numbers on the bottom, and then you've got all of those great words on there. So you've got wonderful, birthday, you've got grumpy, lovely, and special, which is fabulous. So there you go. So it's the numbers at the bottom. Why am I getting my letters and numbers mixed up today? Who knows? If you do want to get hold of that, again, very, very busy. Now, something to complement that, to add a dimension, is your banner die. Now, 60% of the stock has gone. Let me show you this, give you a little glimpse of this towards the start of the show. Isn't that fabulous with the butterfly? And using the die, how brilliant is that to create those wings? Really, really like that. Got some lovely samples here. Look at this, all cut out in the different colours. Very, very clever. Like that. And again, we've got that fabulous box that Nick created. We've got some lovely cards in the middle there. So many fantastic ways of using this particular die. I'm sure you'll agree that's why we are very, very busy. £15.99 if you want to go for that one. 035829. Now, how about this big bundle? Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. We were busy before the show started actually on this. We're at 30%. We're at 30% of the stock gone already. It is a huge bundle. You've got your masks running across the bottom there, and you can see all the different designs that you can start to build and create those fabulous backgrounds. And you've got your stamp sets. Love those images in there. You've got your circles, your flowers, that lovely 60s retro design there. Really, really like that. They can be your flowers, and then you've got your leaves as well. Some beautiful designs here, and you've got your stamps as well. 71% £21.95, saving £17. You're also getting your stencils worth £9.99, your free A5 media stencil. So essentially you're getting them free with the saving. And 2 payments of £35.98. It's a great price. It's a fabulous deal and it's a wonderful collection. Jump onto the website, that's where you can see everything available to you. We're heading back to Leonie because of course it is Let Leonie Loose and we want to let her loose for as long as possible. Because you love that at home. She loves it as well. She's in her element. So have a look at the website, go through all the different options available to you. Leonie will talk you through what she's using as she goes through her fabulous demonstrations. And do keep those messages coming in about your retro clothing or your retro items that you've got. Send in some pictures as well. We'll pick somebody at random towards the end of the show. I think it's going to be on this show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do
and
one this rubber and then one later on.
yeah, one this morning, one later on.
That's the one.
And you'll stand a chance of receiving some fabulous makes that Leonie's putting together. Right, enough of me. Now it's Leonie.
Mercy. Yeah, not Bubba. Bubba. I said we'll do one Bubba and then one later. Okay, gel plate again. Let's do another one. This time I want to do obviously the masks because they're amazing. Sorry, rummage in my paints that aren't very neat or tidy. So I'm using acrylic paints. There's loads of acrylic paints on the market. I like an acrylic that it needs to be a nice easy flow. However, there's so many different ones. I mean, I'm using my my Viva Decor. That's beautiful. I love the Dynaweight Glit. They're absolutely gorgeous. You can, of course, use your ink pads. You know, there's so many different ways to use them. You can use your spritzers. So have a play with the different inks. I'm terrible. I get stuck on using the same colours. I'm really, you know, I'm a little bit of a slave to that, quite frankly. So what I'm doing is just putting a couple of blobs of the turquoise and then a blob of the yellow. I should really be thinking about this because what I'm not sort of planning really is the fact that that turquoise stays open a bit, because what I really want this to do is dry out, and I'll show you why in a minute, but we'll see. We'll go with whatever happens. So I've really mixed the colours there. We've got a lot of people with hot pants. A lot of flares. Amazing. A lot what? Oh, fluorescent flares. Mary, they sound amazing. Lime green flares. I'd wear them. Black velvet hot pants from Judith. Amazing. Who's wearing the flares this morning? Angie's daughter's wearing the flares this morning. That's so cool, isn't it? Amazing. Amazing. Margaret had red and yellow platform shoes. Phenomenal. I love all this because, yeah, it's just cool, isn't it? Just cool. Okay, so I'm going to take, now this is one of the designs that Nick's brought to us. So I'm actually going to pop that down. Now, there's loads of different ways you can do this. You can take the paint off, you can put paint in. What I'm going to do is just gently, with the paper, I'm gently going to take paint off. I'm aiming for the outside because I do not want that line, okay? So I'm aiming inside the actual thing, but look, that's lifting the paint off. That's a bit of paper that I clean my brayer on. So again, you're getting print. So I'm happy with that. This side, I'm gonna leave so it's not too, can you see that strip there? Now what I'm gonna do is, because I've got a line, I can't avoid that line. It's on there, it's done. So what I'm gonna do is just pop this back down and just take a little bit of the paint off this side as well. So it means I've really got the line, but it's more of a thing now. It's more purposeful. So I'm aiming for that. This that I've got on here, as ever, as I always do, get another piece of cardstock and just spritz my water on this one to clean it off. Because as you well know, we'll get a second print. And I know I do it all the time, but there's no way I'm wasting paint when you know you're going to get a decent print. Now, remember these stencils, look at that. That is such a cool print. Isn't that good? See, things like this, cleaning your stencil can give you as good a print as the main thing. Now, if you do this, now I'm going to go off piste, sorry, but say you're cleaning your stencil, it don't matter because I don't care if that dries or not. So say you're cleaning your stencil, but But if you wanted to, say you wanted to do some spritzer work over the top of it, so you could be cleaning your, let's hope that doesn't stick to that. So you could, isn't it? I'm just piling things up around me. So you could be cleaning your stencil, but at the same time bring another colour in. So let's bring in one of the pinks. So I'm using my Tim Holtz, my Distress Oxide, because I absolutely adore them. Of course I'm cleaning my stencil. Now the stencil, the paint might be too dry on this. Did I bring it? I can't remember. The paint might be too dry, but you might as well give it a go. Give it a good shake, your Distress Oxide. I think I've picked the one that, oh no, that's perfect. Yeah, I've picked the one that it won't work unless I slam it. No, it's not. Oh, the Retro Banner die. Now remember, that die has sold out time and time and time again. It is now at 80%. If you do want that Retro Banner die, they'd look ace over this. Look ace cut from this. And that's the thing. You know, don't just think what it'll look like on top of something. It's what you actually cut out of. See, look at that. I love that, because you've got the paint from when you were doing the original, so when you were doing the original print, and then you do the print over the top, and you can work both ways. Like now I could put another print, but then I'll be going forever, won't I? So I'll stop. But look how many prints I've got, and that's just cleaning my stencil and then adding. Obviously whoever wins this, you're going to get all these. I'll send all those prints out, so keep those coming in, because we like this game. Oh, we've had a picture from Alison as well. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, I like that. That's a waistcoat. That's rather cool. So what, I wonder when that was from then. I wonder when that was from, Alison, because that is superb. Like that a lot. Okay, so we've got the print on there. First of all, it is drying. Don't panic about that, because what I'm going to do is maximise the ink that's drying on there. So what I really wanted to do, I'm going to take my leaf stamps again. I love these leaf stamps. I just think they're so, so beautiful. But what I want to do is start layering a few of these designs over the top of this. So we're just adding to this, but adding different elements to it. Okay, so we'll take the leaves, and this time we're going to use a dye ink on these, okay? And this is a beautiful thing about your gel plate. Don't think you can only use one product. You can use so many different products. So it allows you to really experiment with the different finish results. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But as ever, just go with it, just see. And never worry about you know, I haven't yet, and I shouldn't say it live on air, I'm bound to ruin it now, but I haven't actually destroyed a gel plate yet, which is pretty saying something, and it touched like all the wood, but I haven't. So all I'm doing now is stamping directly on my gel plate, and quite random. I'm using my archival ink, so it's a dye ink that I'm using to clean my stamp as ever. There we go. Oh gosh, have I only 4.5 minutes, did you say, Andy? Oh, it has gone really fast. Okay, be quick, Leonie, because I want to get a print off this. Okay, so I'm using a different leaf, different colour. If I don't manage to finish it, I will finish it, I promise. I will finish it, because I need to send it out to whoever wins. So I won't, it won't be one of them that I say I'm going to finish and then absolutely forget, because life takes over again. Right, okay, so I'm just doing, it's random, but it's also forming a pattern, isn't it? And that's the beautiful thing with these leaves. You can easily start building a gorgeous pattern with them. Cleaning your stamp, you clean your stamp on your scrap piece of paper, but on the scrap piece of paper you're already creating a pattern. Okay, one more. Let's have a little look, see. So one more, I'm going to go for a green, because the leaves, why not? Let's have a green. That one might merge in, but actually I think that'll look quite cool. So just taking that now and going over with my green. Okay, so this side I'm having quite dense, whereas this side I want it more sparse. I don't want as much going on that side. Okay, happy with that. I have only got 3 minutes. So let's have a little look, see. So again, just stamping that out to clean the stamp off. Okay, so pop that there, like so. Now let's have a see, how are we doing? Is it dry? Okay, it isn't 100% dry. I am going to leave it a little minute while I just pop these away. Remember, we have got another show coming up at 2. I should remember this by now. 2 till 3, Leonie. So do try and join us at that one. Now, to get this off, you could use tape. That's what we're doing on my workshops actually. But I'm going to use paint again just to lift this off. I was going to use that gold, but because of time, I'll use the apricot again, just because I can't be bothered rummaging. So I'll decant quite a bit of the apricot this time, so I don't have to faff, and I've got cardstock just there. So wait for it to dry. It's nearly dry. That leaf there is a little bit wet, but hopefully it'll be okay. And then just layering that paint on, like so. Don't overlayer, you don't want to pull the paint off. Don't overbrayer, she says doing overbraying, because you don't want to pull the paint off. And I'm just going to lift that paint off there, put it on my paper. Okay, and let's do a print. To see what we get. I am addicted to the gel plate at the minute. You find you get addicted to certain things, don't you? Absolutely addicted. But I will show you what I'm going to do with this. Hello there, Janice.
Oh, hello, Leonie.
Right.
What are you doing?
I'm having a lovely time.
These are fabulous, aren't they?
Oh,
absolutely sensational. Thank you for everyone who has emailed in or popped their messages on Facebook. But we are going to give away some of your makes.
Absolutely. Now this has got, shall I do it that way? So can you see the circles in the background?
Love that.
So you've got the circles in the background, that was the mask. Over stamping with your inks, so that's where your dye inks, you over stamp over the top. And then what I'm intending to do, and I will do after the show, I'm going to die cut using the leaves. I'm actually going to die cut and then infill, but I will do that, and I'll put a photo. I'll show you in the next hour. Okay. I'll show you the finished results.
Who are we going to?
Winning?
Who's winning? Sally. Sally. Because she's got a whole outfit. So
what is it?
Lime green hot pants with a matching top and a 60s Mary Quant style peak hat. Oh,
amazing.
Go and put them on. We'll have a picture of that in the next show.
I really want the picture. That is amazing. Well done. We'll get those signed and we'll get those sent out for you, so you'll get on the prints from this hour.
And we'll see you later on 2 o'clock. Stay where you